Hey guys, hello everyone, good evening. So, we are here for the PHP Programming Essential Bootcamp, as you all know. So, how are you all? May I know in the comment box, please? And are you all excited for the today, is the day one of the good evening, Naveen? Am I audible and visible clearly? Please, may I know quickly in the chat box? Hello, Sohail. Am I audible, guys? Yeah. So, guys, that's very nice. Mayur. So, guys, we are here for the PHP Programming Essential Bootcamp, and today is the day one. I'm here. I'm Anam from LetsUpgrade. I'm here just to inform you how to mark your attendance. The attendance is for just this bootcamp is just for 3 days, so you have to mark all the 3 days attendance and submit the assignment also. So the attendance is link is on description box. I will tell you. Wait, let me share my screen. Yeah, guys. So is my screen visible to you all? Guys, is my screen visible? Yes. So here in the desktop, you can find one link. You have to click on it. You can directly, you will come directly to this page, and here you can see mark attendance option. So as today is the day one, you will first you have to enroll yourself. Click here, enroll yourself, and then yeah. So you will get 10 value coins. So after enrolling, you can see mark attendance option. Click on it. Mark attendance for like all the days you have to mark your attendance and how much you liked our session. Will you recommend it to your friends? I know so will teach you fantastically. So I will give 10 on 10. And if we have Java and DSA also and full stack development, if you're interested in any of this program, you can click on it, and if you have any if you have any further improvement for us, any feedback you want to or you like wish to give us, you can completely you are free to give us, and we would like to see your uh, feedback. And then we have so then again you have to reload the page. Then here in the top you can see the progress bar. As on you will mark your attendance for all the 3 days, you will get to see the progress bar increase day by day. And on day 2 and day 3 you will have a assignment. On day 1 it's not there because we teach basics. Sir will teach you basics about PHP. So on day 2 and day 3 you will have this assignment and you have to submit it. And after the on the end of the day 3 you will get to see a download certificate option here on right beside the progress bar. You have to at least you should have 50% or above the progress bar, so that you can download the certificate. And here on the description box itself we have Java DSA also, which is for 5900 only. And we have also placement guarantee. You can click on it and you can scroll our you can see our USPs and everything you can see. If you like, you can enroll for it if you want to be so guys, anything else if you want, and if you have anything like any doubt or you want to ask anything from us, you are free to ask. Guys, if do you have any queries, or shall I ask sir to go further? My voice is breaking, sorry Krunal. If you have not got anything, you can ask in the comment box. If I have guys, so let me introduce you to our sir, which will train you for which will be there with you for 3 days. This so hi Aditya.
Hi, ma'am.
May we, hi, sir. So, can you introduce yourself in short to our students, like who are there for the PHP?
So, hello everyone. I'm Aditya. I'm your trainer for PHP here, and I have a long background in PHP. I started it in my ninth standard, and I hope to teach you a lot. Basically, we'll go for basics right now, but let's see how much you could grasp. I would like to give as much I could.
So, and Vishal, this class is for 2 hours, with continuously for 3 days. Means per day 2 hour class it is. So, I'm handling the session to Aditya sir, and hope you will have a great time. So, yeah, bye, sir. And
Bye, ma'am. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the PHP Bootcamp. So, I'm Aditya, as I mentioned you, and in this whole course, I'll be teaching you for 3 days. Uh, Today, we're gonna go with basically these 10 main topics, and this course is basically beginner friendly. So, we'll go through basics, and in tomorrow, from tomorrow, we'll go in a greater detail. So today we will be starting what is PHP, what's the difference between programming language and scripting language, architecture, basic installation, setup, variables. So these are the topics we're gonna study today. So let's start this, and I would like to see your replies also. So first thing is, how many of you know how internet works? I guess my YouTube tab got closed. So for those who want to know how internet works, so in internet what happens is whenever you ask for something, the URL you type in goes to a DNS resolver. Now, what is a DNS resolver? It's basically a machine which converts the text you have written to a specific IP address of a machine. So this is a basic idea of how internet works. So we are not interested in the right part of this image. We are more interested in the left part of the image where we have this web server. Now, in this whole equation, we need to learn where PHP is. That's how we'll understand where to work, where we are working, where PHP is. So, in the server, we usually have HTML files which are displayed to the user. So, suppose you go to google.com, there would be some HTML, PHP, JavaScript files which would be presented to you. But you would think, where is PHP? So, PHP is in this same place. What happens with PHP is usually the PHP files are interpreted and are converted into plain HTML and are then served to the users. I think this is clear, and this link, YouTube link, I'm trying to open. So, yeah, I finally got the chat active. So now we'll understand what PHP is. Someone has written, you want to listen in Hindi. If you want to learn in Hindi, I'll try to speak in Hindi. There is no issue with Hindi also. And let's see with the audience. I'll try to do both because there are multiple audiences there. सो पीएचपी के बारे में पढ़ रहे थे तो व्हाट इज पीएचपी अच्छा तो पीएचपी की डेफिनेशन द डेफिनेशन ऑफ पीएचपी इज hypertext preprocessor. Now from the name we will derive what PHP is. Now first thing, पहली चीज, what is hypertext? So how many of you know what's the full form of HTML? Please be active in the chat. Yeah, Nitish, you can answer. What's the full form of HTML if you know? Okay, so full form of HTML is hypertext markup language. So from the name itself, we can easily conclude that what PHP does is pre-processing itself before the hypertext is released. So in case of PHP, what happens is you might write some logic which would be running just before the HTML or any other hypertext, which could be XML or any other technology, is rendered. PHP is a server-side scripting language. Here we have written scripting. So this part is really important. Scripting language. अच्छा, तो scripting language के बारे में I will teach you later on. So PHP क्या है? It's a scripting language which is used to make websites dynamic and helps us run some business logic before a hypertext HTML or XML is presented to the user. Okay, all the PHP files are stored in .php extension. Okay, is it clear to you what PHP is? What's the full form of it? Yeah, some people have written hypertext markup language. Very good. Yes, Rana, you have raised your hand. Any doubts? Please put it in the chat. Okay, moving next. Moving next is what's the difference between programming language and a scripting language? I was mentioning you just, so I mentioned you just that PHP क्या है कि scripting language है, ठीक है? तो scripting language और programming language में क्या difference है हम वो समझते हैं पहले. तो programming language जो होती है ना, this programming language has all set of features which you will use to develop a complete application, whereas scripting language works with some technology. So how it works with some technology, let's take the example of PHP itself. PHP works with HTML, with JavaScript, with other technologies like APIs, or there might be more technologies which are not to be included in this course, which in conjunction of PHP runs and then creates a program. Okay, तो प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज और स्क्रिप्टिंग लैंग्वेज का सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट डिफरेंस ये है कि भाई वो कंप्लीट एप्लीकेशन बनाता है टॉप टू बॉटम सब कुछ उनका है, पर स्क्रिप्टिंग लैंग्वेज किसी के साथ मिक्स होकर काम करती है. सेकेंड थिंग इज कि प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में सारा का सारा कोड एक बार कंपाइल होके एक बाइनरी बन जाता है यूजुअली, जैसे सी की फॉर्म में या सी प्लस प्लस अगर आपने पढ़ी हो तो उसमें सारा कोड कंपाइल होके एक exe फाइल या एक बाइनरी फाइल बन जाएगी जो रन होगी. बट जो स्क्रिप्टिंग लैंग्वेजेस होती हैं ये यूजुअली इंटरप्रेट होती हैं. अब इंटरप्रेटर पता है किसी बंदे को? Anyone who knows what's interpreter? Difference between an interpreter and a compiler. If you know, please put it in the chat. Yeah, Rana has said, but programming languages are independent. Okay, now some people want it in English. Okay, I'll try to go with the both languages. Programming languages are independent. Programming languages, as I mentioned you, have all the features needed to develop an application. Let's take an example of C++. In C++, if you're writing any program, everything is done in C++. But in case of scripting language, for example, PHP, you might have a whole server which might have Apache, which might have XML, which might have HTML, which might have JavaScript, and other adjacent technologies like cloud technologies or SRM technologies, which would work with PHP. So this is the major difference. Okay. Third thing is you do not need to embed these programming languages into other languages. They themselves work standalone. But in case of scripting languages, they are usually embedded into other software environments. Now, in case of PHP, where it is embedded, it is embedded into HTML usually. Okay, students? Okay, someone has written interpreter. Each time the program runs, interpreter translates the code into machine codes, instruction by instruction in real time. Very good. Naveen, that's very correct. So, as I asked you, there is a major difference between compiling and interpreting. In interpreting, everything happens line by line on runtime. In compilation, everything is done in one big chunk and a binary file is created and that's ran. In interpretation, every line comes, it runs, comes, it runs, comes, it runs. But in case of compilation, you get the whole program, feed it to the compiler, it would give you a binary data that would display to you. Okay, so PHP is a scripting language. We'll go through the slide again. PHP is a server-side scripting language. What is server-side? As I told you how internet works, in internet, we have web servers. Inside the web server, you have PHP installed. PHP works with databases, file system, it interprets and converts into HTML, and then it is pushed back to the end user. Okay, then what is the benefit of using PHP? We understood, okay, PHP works, PHP is a scripting language, it is in the web server, it is a backend language. What's the benefit of using PHP? Number one benefit, it's open source and free. Now, what's the benefit of having an open source and free? Free means you can use it anywhere, anytime you want. They won't charge you anything. So if you want to make a business, it is very good. Number two, open source. What's the benefit of open source? The whole code, whole framework of PHP is open to you. So you can fork it and make your own variants. For example, Facebook. Facebook uses PHP, but it uses its own variant of PHP. They have made some changes in PHP for their own personal use. So that's the benefit of having an open source project. Number two is there is a very small learning curve. So there are other languages like ASP by Microsoft, JSP. These kind of languages are very complex and thus have a larger learning curve. That means these are little difficult to understand. So not every developer in a short span can come on board and build the website. In PHP, you can learn it very quickly and start building real life applications out of it. Number three, it is a very large community. Okay, PHP is very old and it is very reliable. It has been maintained for years. It has been so stable that approximately 79 to 80% of whole internet website. It's a big number. 79% to 80%. 70 से 80% सारी वेबसाइट्स पूरे इंटरनेट की PHP पे बनती हैं. It has such large community and it is so stable. Next is PHP is supported by all kind of web servers. Right now, there would be rarely a web hosting company which does not provide you a PHP solution. But if you look at the case of ASP, which is made by Microsoft, you need to buy a proprietary IIS server. Okay, so that makes PHP cost effective. So what happens is IIS is the only provider, so you have to take whatever charges Microsoft applies on you. But in case of PHP, you have a lot of options. जिसके मर्जी पास चले जाओ, गोड आईडी के पास चले जाओ, अपना क्लाउड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बना लो, हॉटस्टार के पास चले जाओ, होस्टिंगर के पास चले जाओ, किसी के पास चले जाओ, then host your website in PHP, whereas other technologies might not have the same facility. Next thing is PHP is regularly updated. As I told you, PHP is an old technology, but as it is being used by so many people and so many big conglomerates, that it is updated with the latest trends all the time. So it is always up to the latest thing. Even the latest tech we have in cloud, PHP is really compatible with that. Next thing is PHP is a server-side scripting language. Now, what's the benefit of having a scripting language? Scripting language, as I told you, gives you an exam, gives you an ahead leap ahead that you can embed it inside your own framework. Suppose you made something using your own markdown, you made something very efficient. Now you want something that fits into your environment and creates your backend environment. PHP can easily do that for you. Next is it is built with hand in hand with MySQL. Now, what is MySQL? As we saw here, it works with databases. So MySQL is a type of database. So PHP is always always works hand in hand with MySQL. So all the updates of MySQL and PHP are made sure to work very good. But that does not mean that PHP does not work with other databases. It also works with all other databases, maybe SQL based databases, non SQL based databases, every type of database. It works with all kinds of databases. Okay. Next point is it is cross platform. What is cross platform means? It can run on Windows, it can run on Linux, it can run on Mac, it can run on iOS, even though it is not properly supported yet, but there are versions for it. It is supported in almost all kind of operating systems. Okay, everyone got the benefits. So please explain the scope of PHP in upcoming time. People tell that PHP developer have comparably less salary. Okay. Someone is telling SQL injection XSS. Listen, SQL injection is a topic which would come later on. We are right now on the basics. I'll answer this part of the scope. So, coming to the scope, next very slide would tell you what's the scope of PHP. Okay. So next slide is who PHP is used by which people, who are using PHP, where is PHP used? So PHP is used by Facebook, PHP is used by WordPress, PHP is used by Wikipedia, PHP is used by Yahoo. Approximately, as I told you, 79 to 80% of all sites on internet have PHP. Around 20 million websites are there. Now people say yes, people, PHP developers have less salary. The thing is, every domain has its highs and has its low. PHP being so big has a large margin. You understand? Everywhere there is a high and low, है ना? अच्छा पेड सैलरी पैकेज वाला बंदा भी होता है सेम डोमेन में, लोअर पेड पैकेज वाला भी होता है. PHP has grown so big, है ना? If you are creating a very simple single page website, you will be paid less. You are creating a very complex system. Like I once developed a system to manage schools. So that was a complex system. So you need to pay more to those developers. Get it? It depends on kind of task you are going in on. And when a technology has 80% approximately, 80% of the market captured, do you think it's a small technology? I don't think. Well, rest all technologies combined, 20%. PHP alone, around 80%. This is the thing. People might say it is going down, but right now it is a big beast. You got the answer, my friend? Okay, someone has told about Laravel. My different Laravel is a framework in PHP, and we will learn about Laravel in future courses. Right now, Laravel is not in this bootcamp. We are studying the basics. Uh, Someone is asking for composer. Listen, these are topics which would come further, and we will tell you about that. Someone has asked about PHP versus .NET. Listen, who earns more is completely subjective to what job profile you are getting. Okay, you might be a junior web developer, or you might be just starting up. You might get a less salary. You might be a big web developer. You have a lot of knowledge. You get more salary. It is completely subjective. Do you think people working at Facebook get a less salary? No, they get a very high package. They work on which technology? They work on PHP. So in every sector, there is a up high, there is a low. But PHP is very big, so there is a very big up high, very big low. There is a large gap. You can fall anywhere with your skills. So the important part is you should learn. As you learn, you would get more skills and you will get more salary. Okay, we are moving forward to the basic architecture of PHP application. Till now, we have understood okay what PHP is. PHP, हाँ भाई, it works in backend. ठीक है जी. Okay. Now we'll understand how in a web server PHP works. So what happens in a web server now? There is one file. Suppose let's take some of your names. Let's trust the process and let him go step by step. Yes, definitely, Rana. Uh, so we'll take Rana. Okay. So there is our developer Rana, and he has one PHP file. Now in a PHP file, what you would have is one block of code of HTML, one block of code of PHP, then some HTML, then some JavaScript, then some CSS, a compilation. You see, there is a PHP file which has everything in it. That goes to interpreter. Interpreter connects it with databases, with the file system, and then completely transforms the file and churns out a HTML based response which is sent to the user. Okay, so what happens is you have a PHP file with HTML in it, you convert it into raw HTML, okay, using all the databases, file system, and business logic you have, and then you push it to the user. So this is how a PHP application works, a rough idea. So how many people now understand how PHP works? You can just type yes or no if you got it how PHP works. You get it? Everyone in the chat, please. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Nice to see your responses, everyone. Now we know how PHP works. Let's go with the very basics. Okay, we'll make our first program. We'll make our Namaste World. Namaste World. You understand? Hello World ka Namaste World. Because we are Indians. So I'll give you this link. Okay, I'll give you this link. I'll send you this link. This is an online interpreter. I'll just give you this link in the chat box. You guys go to this link. Okay, this is subscribers only. Achha. So everyone, this is I have sent this link. There is ID there. Someone has written, is all code of PHP hold in MySQL? No, my dear. PHP code is not stored in MySQL. Data is stored in MySQL. We'll go through that. We'll go through that in the whole course now. Let's go step by step. I'll explain you everything. I'll clear every doubt. Okay. Go to this link. Okay, everyone go to this link. As you asked about all the code is in MySQL. MySQL is a database. Not received this link up there. I sent it in the chat. Uh, I'll ask the team at Let's Upgrade to please copy and pin the link if you could. I have sent it in the chat. I'll again send it to you. Yeah, Let's Upgrade has sent you the link. You can please go to this link. Everyone go to the link. You will find some this kind of code there on the link. I'll also open it on my browser. This is what you will get. We will make changes here and we'll run it. This mean that data entered on the website, for example, submitted your form, data forms to. It is just not just the form. You might collect data from ads. You might collect data from, APIs. You might have your own data stored. You might have a logic for that. There are a lot of data. You understand? Companies have data about you stored, and they use that data to process something. Facebook have your ID, your name, your photograph, everything, no? So they process it. They save the data. They make the pages. These pages take the data out, and Facebook looks different to everyone, but the code is one. One single code is there, but the page looks different to everyone. Okay, if you have done that very small exercise of Namaste World, you can type yes if you have done the exercise. It's a very small thing. You have to just go to this link, try to write Namaste here, run it, and this is your beginning. Yeah, we will cover the concept of Apache, PHP INI, we'll conserve. Okay, okay. So people have done it. So let's move forward. So now you have seen one thing. Here you notice, everyone, please pay attention what I was telling you this long. So this is HTML, this whole from here up till here. You see, this is HTML. Then there is PHP. Then there is again HTML. PHP code starts with this angular bracket, question mark, PHP. Then you write the PHP code inside it. Then you close it using question mark, angular bracket. Now people might want to ask what is echo. Echo is like you have print in C, you have C out in C++. It's the same thing. Okay. There is print function in PHP also. Okay, everyone. So now we know how PHP is written. You can embed PHP anywhere. For that, what you need to do, you just go there, type angular bracket question mark PHP, put your PHP code, close question mark angular bracket, and your part is done. Let's now we are moving to the real PHP part. Now we know what PHP is, where to run it. Now we'll start PHP as a course. And I want your all of your attention from now on. First topic is variables. So what are variables? Variables as mentioned here are descriptive names for something where you want to store a value. Okay, what you mean to say by that? Acha, namaste.php. Acha, everyone, before we start moving to this part, I would ask you all to do one thing, because at the end I want you have all of you to have a PHP installed. So please go to Google Chrome and search for XAMPP. You will get this website. Just go to the downloads and download this. You would have for Windows, for Linux, for iOS, everyone. Just put it on download and install it. And I'll also share the link with the team, and I am asking them to please share it with the student. Echo has no return value, while print has return value of 1. Yes, Rana, you have done a lot of work. Good. Now, I want everyone to please start downloading this as we continue in the lecture, and we'll do the installation. And as we are doing installation, I'll go through the code itself. Okay. So this is PHP installed on a local host. We are starting with variables. Okay. So this is, I'll share all the notes also with you. So this is variable. We'll go through the variables first. So here you see we have defined some variables. Okay, so what variables do? These are descriptive names to store data. So that's what we are doing here. uh, I think it is visible. I'll just zoom in for you all. So what happens is you have some description to store some data. You see, this is data, this is description. So what you do is you store your data in here, and this is what you call variables. Now there are rules to assign a variable in PHP. Number one, it starts with the dollar sign. You can see here, it starts with the dollar sign. Number two, all the letters must start, all the variables must start with a letter or a underscore. Okay, you can't start with a number or any other thing like at the rate, dot, asterisk. We can't use it. There are rules. Number one, you can only go for declaring a variable either starting with number or using a to z or using underscore. These are the three things you can use while declaring. And this is very important point, that you cannot start a variable name using a number. What does that mean? That means I can't just make a variable called 9 adi. This is an error. You see, it is showing up 9 adi is an error. What it is saying, syntax error, unexpected integer 9, expecting variable. Okay, so you cannot do that. Okay, so this is variable. We'll move forward. What is constant now? So variable, we can change the data of variable all the time. Suppose I have defined this text. Okay, so we will echo dollar text. Okay, we have echoed it. Let's go to our browser. Let's see if it is echoed. Namaste World is echoed. We had written Namaste World here. We can always change this. Suppose I updated it to Namaste India. Now what would happen? It would show Namaste India. So variables, as you derive it from its name, it can change over time. But constants, they do not change. Once you define a constant, it remains. You cannot like reassign the data to a constant. Now we will see how we define a constant in PHP. Okay, so I'm closing this and I'm doing this. So in PHP, this is a syntax of defining a constant. You write define, then you give the name. Okay, in this case we are calling it greet. So greet stands for Namaste World, Namaste everyone. If I want to change this Namaste everyone, I cannot do that. This is not allowed. Okay, you cannot go on in PHP and type greet equals to Namaste everyone. It won't work. If I write greet equal to new, it won't work. So this is how we define a constant, and a constant remains the same throughout the whole process. Sometimes you might have a very critical data with you. Suppose you have created a software. There is a unique ID. You do not want your ID to be changed by anyone. Okay, you do not want your ID to be changed. You want that your ID is never touched. So you can define it as a constant, and anyone can't change the ID. By mistake, even by mistake, you can't change the ID. So this is what we have in constants, variables, and constants. Okay. The next thing is data types. Okay. How many of you have ever studied C, C++, or any other languages? Just I could have an idea. मतलब किस किसने पढ़ी है? So now I think it should be .php file, not HTML. Yes, yes. There is PHP files should be .php. You can have .html files in htdocs folder, but that won't. The PHP inside it won't work. How do you access a defined variable in PHP program? Okay, everyone, see, we define variables like this dollar variable. Okay, how to access it? Just type dollar variable's name. Here I am trying to print the variable. How am I accessing it? Just by spelling out the variable itself. How am I editing it, changing it? By typing out the variable itself. You put dollar, the name of the variable, and make changes. You put dollar, name of the variable, you access the data of the variable. Got it? Okay, so all of you might have had experience with C++, Java. That's good. Then I'll move through quicker because you have some understanding. So in PHP, we have a lot of data types. We have strings, we have integers, we have float, we have boolean. There are two more data types which are out of the scope. One is object and one is key value. Now, object and key value are advanced data types which fall under, which are not in this course, but you can always study them. In this course, we have these four major data types which are mostly used for developing most of the projects. Number one is string. So we will go through these data types. Here are the data types. Number one is string. Now, how to define a string? You can define a string by naming a variable, then putting double quotes and putting the data. So suppose I want to make a new variable, a new string variable, and let's take someone of yours name. Suppose Rajan Kumar is the name. So I'll type dollar name. Okay, I can declare a variable using underscore also, but I can't put this. This is error. Okay, name is equal to, now I want to make string. So I'll use double quotes or I can use single quotes also. Anything works fine. So I'll type Rajan Kumar and I want to print Rajan Kumar on the screen. How to print it? Very easy. Just echo what dollar name and you got it. We'll try to refresh it. This is data types.php. We'll go through here. You see Rajan Kumar. So it's a string type. Okay. Now we have defined these variables, hello world variables x and y, and we have printed it. So this is string data type. Next data type is integer. Okay. Now what about integer? Integer data types. String would store a string, a list, a set of characters. Integer, as the name suggests, would store integer values, which could range from negative to positive, including zero. Got it? So how to define an integer? This is how we define an integer. You just name it and put the values directly. No need to use double quotes. You just directly put the value. It is now an integer. Okay. Now we will refresh this file. We will see what comes up. You see int. Now you might be seeing there is one function I am using called var dump. It's called variable dump. Variable dump is a function in PHP which will define or which will dump or print both the value of the variable and the data type of the variable. Okay, so if you want to check the data type of a variable, you type var dump, put the variable inside it, and you will get a data type. Okay, so this is integer. The next one is float data type. For float, it's the same thing. Name the variable, put the float value, and here you have. So I will again refresh it, and you see float, and float value is stored here. The last one is Boolean. Anyone who knows what's Boolean data type? Zero and one Boolean. Very good, very good. True, false. Very good, very good. Ternary operators. Okay, I'm not a for true and false results. Okay, okay. So I guess you all know. Boolean store values either 0 or 1, which stand for either false or true. 0 stand for false, 1 stand for true. Okay, so this is a variable defined in Boolean. You just write true or false, okay, and it is defined as a Boolean in PHP, and you print it out. So we will refresh the page up there. You see 1 because it's true. If I put y here, what should come? I have changed it from x to y. Everyone see the code. So x is equal to true, y equals to false. What should this echo y print on the page? I have not refreshed it yet. Anyone in the chat box? What should it print? Zero, zero, zero. Uday, zero. False. No, it won't print false. I told you, Boolean data is stored in zero ones in the memory, but is defined using true and false. So whenever you dump it, it shows you how it is stored. Got it? It is stored as 0. Very right. Everyone is going right. So we will refresh it. We will refresh it here. So actually, my version of XAMPP is on Linux. So mine is production version. As you all might know, Linux is used as an actual production version. So if you have false in a Linux machine, it does not print anything. It just gets off of it. If you're using production XAMPP servers, it might not show you actually 0 because false means no data basically. False data are not shown in XAMPP servers. So I have used var dump to show the value. Okay. Yes, true equals to 1, false equals to 0 in the backend. Okay. We will learn it through if else statement later on. We'll understand. When we will study if else, I'll give you more clarity about these bool variables. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward. It's a very interesting topic now. Typecasting and type juggling. Okay. Anyone who knows typecasting, type juggling? Anyone who knows? I'll just change the slide. Don't read and type. Yes, anyone who knows what is typecasting? Any rough idea? Be free to put your ideas in the chat. We can interact. That's how these courses works. Okay, can't see much response. Okay, typecasting is like when we change any data type to variable. Uh, Not that right. Primitive typecasting use for array. Don't go to the higher topic, students. We will go through slowly. Conversion of data types. Yeah, you're right. Conversion of data types. Yes. Changing the data type to another. Very right. Udit, very right. Converting one data type of data to another data type. Very right. Very right. Like string to number. Very good. Very good, Udit. Yeah. Yeah, this is type conversion. Very right. Okay. So you know a little bit. Let's go with it. So what typecasting is? Typecasting is a way, as written here, to convert one data type variable into another data type variable. Suppose you had this integer, this string variable. One you have put it in the string. You see double quotes. That means it's a string. So you have string, you converted it into integer. So this is called typecasting. PHP supports typecasting. But by default, PHP has a very interesting thing. We call it type juggling. Okay, so what's type juggling? So type juggling means suppose you created a variable and you created another variable. Now you're working with these two variables, and in the process, you are churning out another variable. Or you might be using a string or an integer simultaneously. So in the whole process, if PHP finds that you could have converted it using typecasting, PHP by default converts that variable for you. Okay, you don't need to specifically mention. As in here, this was an integer, this was a string by default. But when you did a add operation on them, what PHP did is converted B to an integer type. Okay, this is called type juggling. It is a feature of PHP and it is active by default. That's why we use very less typecasting in PHP, and type juggling usually does our work. Okay, everyone got it? What is typecasting? What is type juggling? Just type in the chat. Everyone got it? What is typecasting? What is type juggling? No. Okay. Janam, no, you didn't get it. Okay. I'll explain it for you again. Now, what is typecasting first of all? Janab, you understood typecasting? Okay, you want juggling again. Okay. Now, in typecasting, you understand now. You have a string variable. You wrote int in front of it and put bracket this syntax you used. Okay, and it converted your variable explicitly to what you mentioned. In type juggling, what happens is you do not explicitly mention. We have not explicitly mentioned कि भैया इसको int में convert कर दो. We have not mentioned it, but for the sake of add operation, PHP by itself being smart, using its brain, PHP being smart, using its own feature called type juggling, wherein you do not define, even if you do not define that you are converting a data type of a variable, it converts the data type for you. You got it? The difference is you do not need to explicitly tell PHP. PHP automatically does it. This is difference between typecasting and type juggling. Now you got it? Typecasting again, not juggling. Sorry, I thought it was hat. What is this? Juggling is a data type. My dear friend, let's go with this again. In typecasting, you have one variable with you. Okay, let's do it in the actual program. Okay, here it is. Okay, so you created a program and you wrote a equals to 1. It is an integer. Then you created b, it is a string. Now what you did is you created a variable c where you converted b, this b string, into an integer using this. Okay, now I would like to print it to you all. We will use this. Okay, you see, we will print it 2 3 times. Okay, here you see, number one, it's a string which is 2. From where it is coming? From this line. B is a string. Then we printed what? C. What is it? We converted it into integer. We converted B, this B, into an integer. And then we printed it. What does it say? It says it's an integer. You see, a string which was 2 got converted into an integer. You get it? This is called typecasting. Everyone, now you got it? We convert it just by typing in. What is type juggling then? This happens explicitly. Here we placed it in ना कि भैया इसको int में convert करो, ये करो, वो करो. We don't need to actually do all that. PHP is smart enough. It would do all that for you. It would do all that for you. See, this is a string, this is an integer. It converted it a string into integer and added it and then printed it. I think now it would be clear to everyone. Okay, everyone got it. Let's move. Let's move. Okay. So typecasting is, and type juggling are supported in all these type of variables: string, integer, float, boolean, and other also. Now we are going for operators. Acha, till now everyone understood about all these topics, variables, how to define variable in PHP. ठीक है, डिजिट से शुरू नहीं करना है, किसी भी लेटर से शुरू कर सकते हो, अंडरस्कोर से शुरू कर सकते हो, किसी भी सिंबल से शुरू नहीं करना है. गॉट इट? किसी भी डिजिट, किसी भी सिंबल से शुरू नहीं करना है. यू कैन क्रिएट अ वेरिएबल. नंबर 2, कांस्टेंट. कांस्टेंट क्या होते हैं? यू डिक्लेयर इट वंस, यू कैन नॉट चेंज इट. Number 3, we have studied four of these data types: strings, integer, float, boolean. Very easy. PHP dynamically allocates the data types. You don't need to explicitly mention कि भैया ये int है, ये string है, ये है. C++ में होता था ना, यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं करना, अपने आप PHP समझ जाएगा. Then we have learned typecasting, type juggling. Typecasting में आपको explicitly बताना है भैया इसको इसमें कन्वर्ट करो. जगलिंग में PHP समझदार है, जैसे यहाँ पे समझदार था ना, वैसे यहाँ पे भी समझदार है, अपने आप ही बदल लिया. देन वी आर नाउ ऑन ऑपरेटर्स. शुड वी मूव टुवर्ड्स ऑपरेटर्स एवरीवन? You will get PPT, you will get all the code I have written, all the code. I'll give that link to you also. So let's move towards operator. I've got one yes. What about others? We are moving towards operator, na? Yes, yes. I see people have already studied. I'll increase my pace. Okay. So PHP performs an operation between two variables and values. अच्छा ठीक है, मतलब क्या है इसका? क्या कह दिया मैंने? We will go on this page. So these are two variables x and y, है ना? We'll go to our you see, we get 8 as an answer. Here you see 2 and 6 are variables x and y and we added it. Okay. So the first thing is clear कि भैया वेरिएबल के ऊपर ऑपरेटर लगता है. वैल्यू क्या है? वैल्यू बता देता हूँ. वैल्यू इज वेरी सिंपल. इको 1 plus 2 you see 3. You see 3. This is value. So you can run your operators on both variables and values. अच्छा ठीक है. अब ऑपरेटर्स होते हैं, कौन कौन से ऑपरेटर होते हैं? What type of operator we have? We are in this session going to study these operators. There are a few more operators which are little advanced and you need a beginner understanding first of all, and then we can go for advanced. So first is arithmetic operator. We do plus, minus, multiply, divide. Then we have assignment operator. What does that mean? We'll understand very soon. I will not tell you right now. Then we have comparison operator. From the name itself, we compare it. Increment, decrement, बढ़ाओ, घटाओ. Logical मतलब कुछ logic से related होगा. So let's start with the first type, arithmetic operator. Plus, minus, multiply, divide, modulus, and exponential. Okay, so this is plus, we have already seen. Okay, let's do minus. ठीक है, we will go for the minus. Get -4. How you get -4? दो में से 6 माइनस करोगे, -4 आ जाएगा. ठीक है. What is the next operator we have? Multiply. We will multiply now. And mind it, we can do the same thing on values also. Variables पे भी, values पे भी, दोनों पे. So this is how you multiply. 6 दूनी 12. Plus minus multiply. Let's we go for divide. है ना, थोड़ा ऐसा इजी रख लेते हैं. तो 6/2 3 होना चाहिए ना. लेट्स रिफ्रेश इट. 3 आ गया. Then we have modulus. Anyone in the chat can tell me what's modulus does? Anyone in the chat? Anyone? Remainder value. Very good. Very good. Very good. So it would give a remainder. What do you think answer would be in this case? 6 divided 6 मॉड्यूलस 2 का क्या आंसर आएगा? क्या कहते हो? 0 0. Good good good. So 6/2 0 होता है. चलो अब देख लेते हैं, रन करके देख लेते हैं. क्या बात है. Very good. Now we have one more called exponential. बताओ भाई, एक्सपोनेंशियल बताओ भाई. स्लाइड खुली हुई है, यहीं से पढ़ के तुम बता रहे मुझे. एक्सपोनेंशियल क्या होता है बताओ बच्चे. Power 2. If we have initialized variable before declaring it, it works just like hoisting in JS. You initialize a variable before declaring it. In PHP, if you put your variable, like if you use your variable before you declare it, it would show error. And there are scopes also. We will understand these things like when declared, where declared. I think it is in this lecture only. If it is in this lecture, I'll explain you there. Okay. Let's go for exponent. ठीक है भाई. 6 एक्सपोनेंशियल. देखो मेरा मैथ इतना अच्छा है, मेरे को करके बताओ क्या आंसर आएगा. जल्दी बताओ. मैं तो प्रोग्रामर हूँ, कोड से करवा लेता हूँ. कोई 64 कह रहा है, कोई 36 कह रहा है. लेट्स सी अदर पीपल, व्हाट डू यू थिंक? 36. अच्छा. वैल्यूज तो याद है ना, 6 और 2 है वैल्यूज. अच्छा करो, मैं रिफ्रेश फिर. या लेट्स रिफ्रेश. यस इट्स 36. गुड जॉब बडीज, गुड जॉब. सो हमने पढ़ लिए भाई, अर्थमेटिक ऑपरेटर हो गए खत्म. बस इतने ही थे. एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक हो गया. So we have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus and exponential. इनके सिंबल्स देख लो एक बार ध्यान से. प्लस, एडिशन, माइनस, सब्सट्रैक्शन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन का तुमको पता ही है, डिवीजन का यू नो, मॉड्यूलस इट इज परसेंट साइन, एंड एक्सपोनेंट के लिए यू हैव डबल मल्टीप्लाई साइंस, डबल स्टार. ओके. सो अर्थमेटिक ऑपरेटर आई गेस सबको समझ आ गया. लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड. असाइनमेंट ऑपरेटर। अच्छा, बच्चे कंफ्यूज थे ना वेरिएबल में जब हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे कि भैया डिक्लेयर कैसे होगा, डिफाइन कैसे होगा, क्या करोगे, कैसे करोगे, है ना। वी विल डू असाइनमेंट ऑपरेटर नाउ। पहला बेसिक असाइनमेंट ऑपरेटर है कि तुमने असाइन कर दिया वैल्यू, एक्स को तुमने कहा इक्वल टू 10, ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ यू असाइन इट। अच्छा, एज आई टोल्ड यू कि वेरिएबल जो होता है ना वो वैल्यू के साथ भी काम करता है, ये ऑपरेटर जो होता है वैल्यू के साथ भी काम करता है, वेरिएबल के साथ भी करता है। तो यहाँ जो तुम 10 देख रहे हो ना, दिस 10 इज अ वेरी, इट्स अ वैल्यू नॉट अ वेरिएबल। सो हैव डिफाइंड एक्स। अच्छा ठीक है जी, डिफाइन कर दिया, इसको वैल्यू की तरह करके दिखाओ, सम पीपल माइट आस्क ना। अच्छा ठीक है, करके दिखाते हैं। लेट्स मेक अ वाई वेरिएबल जिसको हम कहते हैं किसके इक्वल है, एक्स के, और हम यहाँ पे वाई प्रिंट कराते हैं। क्या आना चाहिए फिर, व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक? Difference between equal to, double equal to, okay, I'll tell you. There are equal to, double equal to, triple equal to's. Double equal to and triple equal to are used for operations of comparison. These are comparison operators. Single equal to is used to define. The one we are starting now, it's a single equal to. Double equal to and triple equal to are used for comparison. We'll study in comparison very soon. ठीक है, तो अभी मुझे ये बताओ यार, क्या आएगा आंसर, ये इसका क्या आंसर आएगा? What would be the answer for this? Someone has just put 10, no one else knows. Look at the code, this part, just this part. You can see it na, x equal to 10, dollar y equal to x. What is y? Basic. हाँ जी, आ गया, चलो रिप्लाई आ गया, फाइनली बोल पड़े बच्चे। अच्छा, we get the value 10, ठीक है जी। So we understood first assignment operator, ठीक है। Then we have this operator, plus equal to y। क्या करता होगा ये, क्या करता होगा? इसके दो काम होते हैं वैसे, एक होता है एडिशन, ठीक है, मतलब दो चीजों का ऐड करना। दूसरा होता है कंकैटिनेशन, अब यहाँ पे लिखा नहीं है। दूसरा काम होता है कंकैट करना, दोनों को जोड़ देना, ठीक है। वी विल लुक थ्रू द बोथ। नाउ सी, हमने x बनाया, अब हमने कहा कि डॉलर वाई जो है ना, उसमें हम प्लस करेंगे, क्या ऐड करेंगे, डॉलर एक्स ऐड कर देंगे जी, ठीक है। डॉलर वाई की वैल्यू हम लोग डिफाइन कर देते हैं। सपोज करो डॉलर वाई को हम कह देते हैं जी 1 है, तो क्या आएगा आंसर? फटाफट तेज करो रिप्लाई, ऑपरेटर्स हैं यार इतने आसान। 11, अच्छा ठीक है, 11, वी हैव गॉट द आंसर, गॉट इट। सो क्या करता है ये, बेसिकली बैकएंड में क्या हो रहा है, बैकएंड में दिस इज लाइक, देखो ये क्या कर रहा है बैकएंड में, बैकएंड में ये कह रहा है कि डॉलर वाई इज इक्वल टू डॉलर एक्स प्लस डॉलर वाई। समझ रहे हो, ये जो तुमने ये लिखना था ना, ये इतना, अगर मैं ये चीज यहीं नीचे लिख दूं ना, तो ये भी सेम ही रिजल्ट देगी। लेट मी शो यू। देखो मैंने इसको हटा दिया और मैं ये लिख रहा हूँ $y इक्वल टू $x प्लस वाई, सेम रिजल्ट आएगा। देखो मैं रिफ्रेश करता हूँ, सेम रिजल्ट। ठीक है। अच्छा, नेक्स्ट वी हैव माइनस इक्वल टू। अच्छा मैंने तुमको कंकैटिनेशन बताया था ना, कंकैटिनेशन। चलो अभी तुम्हारे मेरे हिसाब से कोर्स में अभी कंकैटिनेशन तुमको ज्यादा हो जाएगा। विल डू इट टुमारो, विल डू इट टुमारो, कल के लेक्चर में कंकैटिनेशन, कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए। सो वी हैव डन एडिशन, वी विल डू सब्ट्रैक्शन। तो पता क्या यहाँ पे बस माइनस लग जाएगा। क्या आंसर आएगा? एक में से 10 माइनस करोगे तो माइनस, स्ट्रिंग को जो जोड़ देता है कंकैटिनेशन। हाँ यही होता है। देयर आर अदर थिंग्स, देयर आर फंक्शंस आल्सो इन पीएचपी टू कंकैटिनेट। तो थोड़ा टॉपिक थोड़ा सा बड़ा है। एक्सप्लेन पोस्ट इंक्रीमेंट, पोस्ट डिक्रीमेंट। हाँ ये नेक्स्ट आ रहा है, ये कमिंग अप नेक्स्ट। -9, -9, ये रहा कोड। देखो एक में 10 माइनस करोगे तो मैथ बता देता हूँ, 1 - 10, देख लो आंसर आएगा। जी बच्चे पार्टी। Okay, so you can't hear. Lot of people were talking that I should talk in English. Some people might not understand, but this is the sad part of it. Okay, so this is very important. I'll now switch to English because some people are not able to understand. This is doing minus there. So I'll refresh it. You get -9. Next operator is multiplication operator. What is does? Yeah, the same thing. Multiply कर देता भाई. If you multiply 1 and 10, what do you get? You get 10. Okay. Then you have division operator and a modulus operator. Same thing. Let's change the values so that we get an easy result. You get 1, 10 by 10 is 1. And if you put modulus, that's 0. If you put so this is what we have. Okay. We have covered assignment operators, all assignment operators. X equals to y, है ना? X plus equals to y, x minus equals to y, x multiply equals to y, x divide equals to y, x modulus equals to y. This is how we assign. Okay, everyone got the assignment operators? Should I move next? Just type yes and I'll move next. Gaurav, please explain post increment and post decrement. Yeah, it's coming next. Buddies, wait. Yeah, everyone got assignment operators? Okay. Okay. We are moving next. This is called comparison operator. Someone was asking ना कि single equal to double equal to क्या फर्क क्या है ना? So single equal to is for assignment, you assign, है ना. Aditya equals to teacher, है ना. So you might define dollar teacher name equals to Aditya, so that is called assignment. Okay. Now double equal to is used for comparison. This thing is equal to this thing or not is done by double equal to. Let's see how this happens. So I'll comment this out. And we'll go for the third part. So we have these two, x equal to 100 and x is equal to string में 100. Okay. I just mentioned you a little ago. In PHP we have type juggling. PHP sometimes uses its brain ना कि भाई ये दो चीजें सेम ही तो हैं. These two things are very similar. So if you put double equal to, it just checks for what's the content and uses the type juggling and gives you a result. So let's see what's the result is. True. Get it? $x is equal to $y. And the operators here, these comparison operators, give you a Boolean answer. They give you a value true or false, 0 or 1. Okay. Number 2 is triple equal to. अच्छा भाई, ये triple equal to क्या? अभी PHP कर रहा था टाइप जगलिंग. हमने कहा भाई तू अपना दिमाग मत चला, मुझे ये बता एग्जैक्टली डेटा टाइप भी सेम होना चाहिए, ये नहीं कि सिर्फ कंटेंट सेम. नॉट दैट द कंटेंट इज द सेम, वी वांट द डेटा टाइप टू बी सेम, exactly same. Here you see 100 is an integer, but here 100 inside double quotations is a string. अच्छा, तो in that case we will get false. भैया नहीं नहीं, these are not same, they do not have the same data type. But if I just remove this, okay, now they have the same value, same data type. True. But even if they have same data type but different values, it would show false. Everyone got it? Triple equal to समझ आ गया सबको? It's very important. Equal to for assignment, double equal to check, triple equal to check both variables and also data type. Yes, yes, very good, very good. अच्छा, then we have not equal to. कि भैया मुझे ये बताओ कि ये दोनों इक्वल नहीं है तो ट्रू देना. ठीक है, मतलब कि वन पर्सन इज नॉट अ थीफ तो मुझे ट्रू बताना, अदरवाइज फॉल्स बता देना. ठीक है जी. तो हम इसको क्या करते हैं ना, हम इसको 100 और 10 कर देते हैं और यहाँ पे नॉट लगा देते हैं. अब ये दोनों वैल्यू सेम नहीं है, इवन दो डेटा टाइप अलग है और दोनों सेम नहीं है. लेट्स ट्राई टू रन इट, लेट्स सी व्हाट्स द आंसर. ट्रू. तो क्या हुआ भैया, नॉट इक्वल टू, दोनों सेम नहीं है तो ट्रू देगा, दोनों सेम हो जाएंगे तो फॉल्स दे देगा. अच्छा जी, समझ गए. देन नॉट इक्वल टू returns true if $x is not equal to $y. Is the same thing. Okay, these two are used for the same thing. This was introduced later on by PHP. So we will use this operator also. We'll try to push it in here, है ना. इसको भी करके दिखा देते हैं. Get it? It's the same result. It's the same thing. Then we have not equal to equal to. अच्छा जी, समझ रहे हो, तीन चीजें आ गई फिर से. नॉट और दो बार इक्वल टू आ गया. सेम फंडा भाई लोग, सेम फंडा. नॉट इक्वल टू। अब क्या है, ये दोनों अनइक्वल तो हैं, पर दोनों के दोनों सेम डेटा टाइप है। मैंने क्या कर दिया, दोनों अनइक्वल तो हैं पर डेटा टाइप सेम है दोनों का, दोनों इंटीजर है, x इज इंटीजर, y इज इंटीजर, both are integer, then it is showing true. You read here, returns true if x is not equal to y or not the same type. अब इस केस में क्या था, एंड था, इस केस में और है। यू गेट इट? देखो, अगर ये दोनों 100 हो जाते हैं, ठीक है, और ये ऐसे आ जाता है स्ट्रिंग में, अब अगर मेरा ये नॉर्मल होता ना तो मेरे को ट्रू वैल्यू आ जाती। अब मेरा ऐसे नॉर्मली क्या होती है, ट्रू वैल्यू आ जाती मेरे को, ठीक है। बट ऐसे ट्रू वैल्यू लाऊंगा ना अगर मैं, ये वाले पॉइंटर में व्हाट वी हैव इज, यहाँ पे और लगा है, हियर वी हैव और, मतलब दोनों अगर सेम नहीं है तब भी ट्रू आंसर आ जाएगा, अगर दोनों का डेटा टाइप भी सेम नहीं है, मतलब कि तुमने दोनों बार 100 तो लिख दिया, दोनों को डिफरेंट तो कर दिया, पर डेटा टाइप सेम है और डेटा टाइप भी सेम है नहीं है, और अगर दोनों की वैल्यू सेम है, इसी ये भी 100 है, ये भी 100 है, और उनका डेटा टाइप अलग है, तब भी इट इज शोइंग ट्रू कि भैया नॉट इक्वल है। क्यों? क्योंकि वैल्यू बेशक सेम है, दोनों 100 बेशक हैं, और दोनों का डेटा टाइप अलग है। यू गॉट दिस? या बुल क्यों लिखा हुआ आ रहा है, समवन इज आस्किंग, क्योंकि जो भी हमारे ऑपरेटर्स हैं, ये कंपैरिजन ऑपरेटर्स, दे रिटर्न वैल्यू इन बुलियन। ओके आशीष, अगर कोई भी तुम्हारा ऑपरेटर लगेगा कंपैरिजन का, तो वो रिटर्न वैल्यू बुलियन में देता है, ट्रू देता है या फॉल्स देता है, या तो जो तुमने पूछ लिया, व्हाटएवर यू हैव आस्क्ड is either right or wrong. Boolean and bool, yeah, short form of boolean is bool. Yeah, bool is bool. It is a short form. Nice to be pointed out. Okay, अच्छा जी, then we have this greater than. Okay, तो ये तो नॉर्मल वैसे ही काम करेगा, ग्रेटर देन लेस देन वाला, कि भैया अगर तो x ग्रेटर है तो ट्रू बोल दो, 10 और 100 है, ट्रू आ जाएगा, ठीक है। अगर मैं यहाँ पे 1000 कर दूंगा तो फॉल्स आ जाएगा। तुम इसको ग्रेटर देन की जगह लेस देन साइन लगा दो तो कहानी रिवर्स। समझ आ गई है सारे कंपैरिजन ऑपरेटर? डबल इक्वल टू का क्या मतलब, ट्रिपल का क्या मतलब, नॉट इक्वल टू का क्या मतलब, ये दो एंगुलर ब्रैकेट वाला नॉट इक्वल टू सेम थिंग है। फिर नॉट इक्वल टू विद डबल इक्वल्स का क्या मतलब है, ठीक है, और ग्रेटर देन लेस देन। आगे सब समझ आ गया तो फटाफट यस लिखो, विल मूव ऑन। बुलियन में एज यू शो बिफोर, तो 0 आना है या 1 आना चाहिए? हाँ, 0 और 1, लिसन, if I directly print the value, that's what I just mentioned you। यहाँ पे देखो, I am using a function called variable dump। ओके, इस फंक्शन पे ध्यान दो, ठीक है। दिस डम्प्स इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द वेरिएबल। तो ये आपको सारा कच्चा चिट्ठा देगा, समझ रहे हो ना, पूरी डिटेल देगा कि डेटा टाइप क्या है, वैल्यू क्या है, ठीक है। पर अगर तुम एज अ वेरिएबल उसको इको करवा दोगे, ठीक है, तो जहां पे मेमोरी में वो स्टोर होगा ना, मेमोरी के अंदर, वो उसकी वैल्यू उठा के प्रिंट कर देगा। तो मेमोरी में बुलियन स्टोर होता है 0 और 1 में। पर जब तुम उसको समझा रहे हो किसी को, जो कि वेरिएबल डंप नाम का ये फंक्शन करता है, तो वो उसको पूरा डिटेल में बताता है कि भैया ये बुलियन टाइप है, 0 है तो मतलब फॉल्स है, 1 है तो मतलब ट्रू है। पर अगर तुम सीधा इको करा दोगे ना, तो मेमोरी से डेटा उठाएगा, पुश कर देगा। समझ गए? गॉट योर आंसर? जयनाम, आई गेस गॉट योर आंसर। एक्स इक्वल टू 100, हाँ वो इंटीजर है। ओके बडीज, सो वी हैव डन दिस। कंपैरिजन ऑपरेटर हो गया, आई थिंक सबको समझ में भी आ गया। एवरीवन हैज रिप्लाइड। लेट्स मूव लेस देन। अच्छा ये ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू ये भी है। आई थॉट दे हैव नॉट मेंशन्ड इट इन योर सिलेबस, बट देयर आर। ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू, तो भैया या तो बड़ा हो या तो बराबर हो, और लेस देन इक्वल टू मतलब या तो छोटा हो या तो बराबर हो। लास्ट थिंग है भैया स्पेसशिप। आई थॉट इट वाज नॉट इन योर कोर्स बट इट इज, तो बताते हैं। ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग वेरिएबल है भाई, ये वाला। ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स फोकस। स्पेसशिप वेरिएबल रिटर्न्स यू थ्री वैल्यूज, -1, 0 और 1। कब रिटर्न करता है? -1 तब रिटर्न करेगा जब पहला वेरिएबल दूसरे वेरिएबल से छोटा होगा। 0 कब रिटर्न करेगा? जब पहला वेरिएबल दूसरे वेरिएबल के बराबर होगा। और 1 कब शो करेगा? जब पहला वेरिएबल दूसरे वेरिएबल से बड़ा हो जाएगा। समझ गए? लेट्स ट्राई टू इम्प्लीमेंट इट है। चलो वायर डंप यूज कर लेते हैं। यूजुअली वायर डंप में डिटेल्ड आंसर दे देता है। लेट्स यूज वायर डंप। चलो, हमको वेरिएबल का वैल्यू आया -1। -1 का मतलब क्या था? -1 का मतलब था x जो कि पहला वेरिएबल है, y जो कि दूसरा वेरिएबल है। तो y जो है वो बड़ा है, तो क्या हो गया? -1। अच्छा, अगर मैं दोनों को 1000 कर दूं, दोनों को 1000 कर दूं, 0 आ जाएगा। अच्छा, मैं दोनों इस वाले को 100 कर दूं, तो क्या आएगा? 1 आ जाएगा। अच्छा, अब मैंने तुमको ये बता दिया। तीन चीजें आती हैं, -1, 0, 1। -1 जब पहले वाला छोटा हो, 0 जब दोनों बराबर हो, 1 जब दूसरे वाला, दूसरे नंबर पे राइट साइड वाला बड़ा हो जाए। गेट इट? तो लेट्स नाउ पुट इट लाइक दिस। मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा 12, यहाँ पे लिखा 100। क्या आंसर आना चाहिए एवरीवन? I've explained var dump many times. I'll explain it again. Variable dump, we call it variable dump. Var dump is a function inside PHP which gives you all the information about the variable, its data type and its value. There are only two information about a variable. उसका data type क्या है, उसकी value क्या है. -1. Very good, Kishore. Anyone else? क्या आएगा आंसर भाई? Reply. The guy from Tamil Nadu, bro, are you able to understand what I'm trying to teach? Is it okay with you? Because I have Tamil Nadu friends, they're not that good with Hindi. If you don't understand, you can always ask again. Acha, let's refresh it, okay? We get -1. Those people who said -1 are very right. ओके, तो भाई हमने कर लिया, ठीक है. ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू, लेस देन इक्वल टू, ये तो नॉर्मल ऑपरेटर है, मैथ्स है बेसिकली. स्पेसशिप वाज अ लिटिल यूनिक. आई गेस सबको समझ आ गया होगा. ओके, लेट्स, कैन वी मूव फॉरवर्ड एवरीवन? प्लीज नोट yes in the chat box and we'll move forward. Okay, someone was there, he was asking कि भाई please teach us post increment, pre increment, all of these operators, है ना. Someone was very keen on it, about pre increment, post increment. These are very unique variables. I'll teach you very differently about these variables. Now, here, first is pre increment, plus x. Then we have post increment. Okay. Now, what are these pre and post means? देखो, if you have plus or minus, look at this. This is an important topic. People usually don't understand कि भाई pre और post में क्या फर्क है. So if you have plus in the front or minus in the front, it is called pre. What does that mean? That means कि increasing या फिर decreasing would happen first and then data would be passed on. अच्छा अच्छा, समझ गए. एक बार प्रैक्टिकली देख लेते हैं. ठीक, हम बनाते हैं एक वेरिएबल. हम यहाँ पे एक वेरिएबल बनाते हैं. हमारा वेरिएबल रहेगा $x, जिसको हम कहेंगे 10. ठीक है जी. और हम इसको इको करवाएंगे. कैसे इको करवाएंगे? प्लस x करके इको करवाएंगे. कैन एनीवन टेल मी क्या आंसर आएगा इसका? एनीवन? पोस्ट और प्री की अंडरस्टैंडिंग अगर तुम्हें थोड़ी बहुत भी हुई है, प्री मतलब पहले बढ़ाओ फिर प्रिंट करो, तो ये प्री का यूज है. तो क्या आएगा इसका आंसर? 11. ओके, लेट्स रिफ्रेश द पेज. ओके, लेट्स रिफ्रेश. गुड. अच्छा, मुझे बताओ कि इसका क्या आंसर आएगा भाई? इसका क्या आंसर आएगा? What do you think would be the answer of x plus plus? अच्छा, people who are saying 10, भाई 10 क्यों आएगा? हम तो वैल्यू बढ़ा रहे हैं ना. Why do you think it's 10? If you have, put a little justification. Acha, someone is saying 11 also. Whoever is saying 11, put a justification. If you could, quickly, a short justification. Anyone is putting a justification? Assignment first, increment next. Yes. It's not assignment, it's return first. Yes. Operation will perform from left to right. Very good. Very good. Okay. Plus plus increments 1. Yes. It increment 1. So this will render 10. By Q. पहले return, that means we push the value of x already and then we increased. अच्छा, पता करते हैं कि बढ़ी कि नहीं बढ़ी वैल्यू. कैसे पता करेंगे? लेट्स इको एड अगेन, है ना. अगर बढ़ी होगी तो बैकएंड में चेंज हो जाएगी ना. अच्छा, हम यहाँ पे एक br भी लगा देते हैं. यू सी, वैल्यू बढ़ गई है बट इट इज फर्स्ट पुश्ड देन इंक्रीमेंटेड. So people have confusion in here. I think I have explained it. If you have your signs first, everything moves from left to right like this. Now, if you have plus plus first and you move towards the variable, you will first increment or decrement and then give the value. If you have plus plus later on, okay, that means you first give the value, then you increase it. Got it? It happens same with the minus minus also. It would just decrease. So if I put minus minus here, no, this would happen. And if I do this, na, this would happen. Everyone got it? What is pre and post? 10 आया कि 11 आया? अच्छा, फिर से बता देता हूँ. अगर पहले 10 है and you are using post operator, that is x plus plus. पहले वेरिएबल बाद में प्लस प्लस, तो पहले 10 दे देगा और फिर इंक्रीज कर देगा. तो ये आया आंसर 10 और फिर बढ़ गया बैकएंड से. पर अगर आप पहले ही प्लस प्लस लगा देते हो तो मतलब क्या हुआ कि पहले वैल्यू बढ़ाओ फिर वेरिएबल को दो, तो क्या होगा? सीधा वैल्यू बढ़ जाएगी एंड व्हेन वी चेक इट लेटर ऑन वो सेम रहेगी. यू गॉट इट? या br means break. Just so that it is easy for you, I have breaked it. Nothing more than that. और ये एग्जाम किस लिए होता है? I'll explain you at the end for what exam is. I'll explain you. Exam is a server where PHP runs. I'll quickly show you at the end how to do the installation on Windows. Can we do plus plus x minus minus? No, it would show error. You have to do it separately twice. Plus plus x, then again $x minus minus. Okay, Sumit? Acha, everyone understood? Should we move forward? Last one are the logical operators. What is logical operator? These are the logical operators. We have and, or, zor. Then we have symbols for them. That is double, that is and. Then we have or, and then we have not. Okay, we'll try to use all of them. So, any one of you have studied logics before? If you have studied, just say yes. Conditional return a value. Okay, I understand what it is saying. अच्छा, किसी ने लॉजिक्स पढ़ा है पहले कभी? बता दे. अच्छा अच्छा, बता दे. वेरी इजी. देखो, इन अ लॉजिक व्हाट हैपेंस इज, एंड का क्या मतलब होता है? एंड का मतलब होता है ये और ये दोनों ट्रू होने चाहिए. मतलब पहली कंडीशन और दूसरी कंडीशन. हमने यहाँ पे कंडीशनल पढ़े थे ना ऑपरेटर. ये इक्वल है कि नहीं है ना, नॉट इक्वल है कि नहीं है, ग्रेटर है कि नहीं है, स्पेसशिप है. स्पेसशिप तो चलो वी वोंट काउंटेड इन हियर, बट ऑल दीज ऑपरेटर वी स्टडी ना. तो ये दोनों ऑपरेटर हमने दोनों तरफ रख दिए. ये वाला ऑपरेटर भी ट्रू रिजल्ट दे और ये वाला ऑपरेटर भी ट्रू रिजल्ट दे, तो आंसर आएगा ट्रू. दिस इज कॉल्ड एंड. व्हाट इज और? ये वाला और ये वाला दोनों में से कोई भी एक अगर ट्रू हो जाता है, राइट हैंड साइड और लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, एनी ऑफ देम इफ इट इज ट्रू, आंसर वुड बी ट्रू. व्हाट इज जोर? XOR. If one is true, other is false, answer is true. If one is true, if this one is true and this one is false, answer is true. अगर दोनों ट्रू हो गए, और केस में क्या था, कोई भी एक ट्रू हो जाए तब भी ट्रू आ जाएगा, है ना. दोनों ट्रू हो गए तो ही तो ट्रू, तो ट्रू आएगा. पर जोर में क्या होता है कि भाई अगर दोनों ट्रू आ गए तो फॉल्स आ जाएगा. एक ही ट्रू आना चाहिए, या तो ये हाथ का या तो ये हाथ का, either this side or this side. These are symbol, the same logic. And rather than writing A and D, we write double and there. Then we have this for or and this for not. So not is used for not true, है ना. कि अगर कोई तुम्हारा एक कंडीशन है, तुमने कह दिया है ना कि कोई बुलियन वेरिएबल है, अगर वो फॉल्स है तो ट्रू हो जाएगा. बेसिकली कोई भी जो तुम्हारा कंडीशनल ऑपरेटर है वो बूल में एक वैल्यू देगा, उसको रिवर्स कर देगा नॉट. अच्छा चलो, लेट्स गो प्रैक्टिकल ऑन दिस. अब हमने यहाँ पे एंड यूज किया है। अगर x इज इक्वल टू वाई हुआ और x इज इक्वल टू जेड भी हुआ तब ये ट्रू होगा, तब इसका आंसर ट्रू आएगा। लेट्स ट्राई टू रन इट। इट्स ऑपरेटर डॉट php, गेट इट। बट इन केस इनमें से कोई भी एक डिफरेंट हो जाता है, अगर मैं इसको टू कर देता हूँ तो ये वाली स्टेटमेंट फॉल्स हो जाएगी, एस एक्स इज इक्वल टू वाई नहीं रहेगा, तो वो क्या रिजल्ट देगा? फॉल्स रिजल्ट देगा। Yeah, this is a very common mistake. I did an assignment operation there. You see, I just wrote single equals to. That meant I assigned it. You have to use double equal to if you're doing comparison. Okay. Now we have OR operator. Let's put OR here. भाई एंड में तो आ गया फॉल्स क्योंकि एक तो गलत हो गया, बट इफ आई पुट और हेयर ना, इट वुड गिव यू ट्रू रिजल्ट्स। वाई? बिकॉज आइदर वन इज ट्रू। अगर दोनों ट्रू हो जाते हैं तब भी इट वुड गिव यू ट्रू रिजल्ट्स। देन वील गो फॉर द जोर वन, एक्स ओ आर। एज आई टोल्ड यू, इसमें दोनों दोनों लेफ्ट राइट, ये इधर वाला और इधर वाला, दोनों ट्रू नहीं होने चाहिए। अगर दोनों ट्रू हो गए तो क्या आएगा? फॉल्स आ जाएगा। गॉट इट? पर अगर कोई एक ही ट्रू है, सपोज कर मैं फर्स्ट वाले को फॉल्स करूं, तो आंसर आ जाएगा ट्रू। ओके, देन वी हैव दीज ऑपरेटर्स एंड students, give me a second. uh, yeah, I'm going for and symbol. So it would do the same thing as and does. दोनों साइड इक्वल हैं तो रन करेगा, नहीं तो नहीं करेगा। देन वो हमने और पढ़ा था, तो और के लिए हम लोग ये सिंबल भी यूज कर सकते हैं। So it would do the same thing as or. Last one is not operator. This is a very important operator, everyone. Very, very important operator. Okay. Look through this operator. And just give me a second. I'll be coming to you in a second. Just try to run this operator. So, as we were discussing about this operator, not operator, okay. So in the not operator, see, there is an important thing about the not operator. What it does is, anything, any condition you have, you get an answer called true. It would reverse it, basically. So suppose you get x equal to y na, s equal to y. Now x or y equal nahi hai. These two are not equal. One is not equal to two, but not would reverse it. So what would you get in the answer? You would get a Boolean variable which is true. Why? Because the variable inside it, the condition inside it was false. So not क्या करता है, उल्टा कर देता है. मतलब अगर अंदर इस ब्रैकेट के अंदर ट्रू है तो ये इसको फॉल्स कर देगा, अगर इसके अंदर फॉल्स है तो ये इसको ट्रू कर देगा. वी विल रन इट वेरी क्विकली. वी विल रन इट एंड इफ आई मेक इट ट्रू, दोनों एक एक कर देता हूँ तो वो उल्टा कर देगा, फॉल्स कर देगा. People, you got the logical operator. Company, it gives jobs in this hackathon. X is equal to not equal to false. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I'll share the PPT. I'll give you the link for the GitHub, and that would have all the information, installation guide, all the data in there. So everyone got the logical operators? Just type it in the chat. Okay, so till now, I think we have done all the operators. Any confusion in any type of operator? Arithmetic, assignment, comparison, increment, decrement, post and pre also, logical. Everything is clear? If you want, I can recap on any topic if you want right now. We'll do a very quick recap because it's time to end the session. Or and Zor. Yes, you didn't understand that? Okay, I'll explain you again. और में क्या होता है ना, लेफ्ट और राइट में कोई भी एक ट्रू हो गया तो ट्रू रिजल्ट आ जाएगा. मतलब तुमको कहा गया कि आइदर तुम पीपीटी बना लो या फिर असाइनमेंट सबमिट कर दो, दोनों में से कोई एक भी कर दोगे ना, तुम्हारे को मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. जॉर में क्या होगा ना कि तुम लोग कोई एक ही सबमिट कर सकते हो, दोनों नहीं सबमिट कर सकते. समझ रहे हो? मतलब किसी टीचर ने कहा कि तुम एक ही चीज सबमिट करो, दोनों इनकेस दोनों बना दी ना तुमने और दोनों दे दी तो मैं कुछ नहीं दूंगा. सो और मीन्स कि लेफ्ट एंड राइट बोथ कैन बी ट्रू, वन कैन बी ट्रू, आंसर वुड बी ट्रू. It is only false when both are false. But in XOR, it is false when both are true and both are false. मतलब दोनों अगर सही हो गए तब भी false, दोनों false हो गए तब तो false है ही. Got the answer for OR and XOR? Yes, I am from Himachal. Muskan, you got it? Kindly put it in the chat. Yeah, good. Any other queries, questions? It's time to wrap up, buddies. It's 8 right now. I'll explain you tomorrow. Join the session, buddy. Durga. We will have these conversations. I'll give you my social media. Not here. This is a class. Yeah. एक बार से जोर बता देना कल. ओके. जॉर अभी भी समझ नहीं आया? अरे अच्छा, तुमको एग्जाम्पल देके समझा दूं क्या जॉर एक बार? फटाफट देखो इधर, जॉर देखो फटाफट सब लोग, फटाफट देखो, ये रहा जॉर। अब इधर देखो, x इज इक्वल टू वाई, एक्स और वाई सेम है? नहीं है। पर x इज इक्वल टू जेड, एक्स और जेड सेम है? हाँ है। तो ये वाली साइड ट्रू हो गई, ये वाली साइड फॉल्स हो गई, तो जॉर आंसर देगा ट्रू। अच्छा जी, अब मैं क्या करता हूँ ना, दोनों साइड को सही कर देता हूँ कि ये वाली साइड भी सही है और ये वाली साइड भी सही है, तो जॉर आंसर देगा फॉल्स। ठीक है। अब अगर मैं दोनों को गलत कर देता हूँ कि भाई लेफ्ट वाली साइड भी गलत और राइट वाली साइड भी गलत, तब भी आंसर क्या आएगा? सेम, फॉल्स। पर अगर मैं दोनों साइड में से एक को ट्रू रखता हूँ ना, इधर ये वाली और ये वाली, तभी ट्रू आएगा। समझ रहे हो ना? हर हर टाइम फॉल्स आएगा, बस ट्रू तब आएगा जब एक साइड, इधर लेफ्ट साइड और राइट साइड, कोई एक साइड ट्रू होगी। गॉट इट? जोर समझ आ गया? Yeah, I'll share those notes to you. I'll share it with you. I'll tell my team. Okay, so right now, I'll try to push it right now. Okay. Day one, I'm pushing it. Okay. And so students, I have updated in there. This is your study material. You will get your PPT also there. I'll upload it in some time. This would be the link. I'll share this link with the team and I'll ask them to please share it with the students. Please pin it up there, team. Please pin it with the students. This is the link for your study material. I'll upload the slide also. So you will get everything up there. Okay, students. So I think you got the link. Please tell me in the chat. Okay, students. This was the link for this all the courses you, all the lecture notes or whatever you want to say. Just I would like to mention that there are other courses from the Let's Upgrade. There is a Java and a DSA course also with a placement guarantee. So they will guarantee the placement for you. It would cost you 5,900 only, and it would guarantee you the placement. The course is on Java and DSA. You can click here and you can enroll to the Java course here. Just press enroll and you would be enrolled. And all the students, as mentioned in the starting, you should mark your attendance from here. You have to put in your email and continue, and then you will able to mark your attendance. Do mark your attendance, and uh, do look at these courses. These are very good courses provided by Let's Upgrade. Okay, thank you everyone for joining into the session. I'm Aditya, your tutor for this course. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you everyone. Bye.